All right, I will call the meeting to order on Thursday, April 9th at 6:01 PM. And now we'll do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everybody. We'll do roll call. Christine Maynard here,
John Quinn.
Kate Bizarre.
and Roxanne Fox-Keegan is absent today.
So they didn't appoint anyone to stand in.
They didn't, no, they did not.
Nor did we get the two people who volunteered to join.
Well,
the board.
selectmen.
No, two people at town meeting asked to do a vacancies on the board,
Oh, that's right. You told it. Yeah. Oh.
but maybe. No such luck tonight.
So, meeting minutes for March 12th.
I apologize. I was thinking maybe, I just finished them this afternoon. I wanted to wait till the next meeting.
I'm sure we can read them.
There's a lot that happened at the last
We did. We got a lot discussed. It was great.
Yeah.
But I did have a question because it says okay, so forgive me. But it says I asked about the status of solar panels at a property on Spruce Road.
meeting. Bruce Road.
What
You asked about,
was I talking
you
about?
asked Carl something about a building permit on Spruce Road.
Did you?
And when I looked it up, it was solar panels, so I assumed that's what it was. It
Oh,
might not have been that, but you were asking about them. You don't know? I can cross it out.
it doesn't need to be. I was just
Yeah.
wasn't remembering that.
No.
And then under zoning,
There's something going on over there that you were interested in?
yeah, there is
Okay, well, it must be-
ongoing. Yeah,
maybe it's something different.
yeah. That's nice.
Spruce Road over by us?
Yeah.
Isn't there a hospital built down there?
Down at the end, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that, I wanted to ensure there was 24 feet in height. Want
Carl,
to
I did
ensure,
talk to Carl about that. I had a long conversation.
I had a real question
With
about the
Carl.
septic system as well, but that's not
Mhm.
an issue for,
Well, that's more for the state, because the state deals with that,
yeah, I contacted the state.
fortunately and unfortunately. But Carl is aware, because he said that he did tell the builder if there's a 24 feet, he's gonna be monitoring. I was pretty proud of him.
No, I believe him, yeah, I'm smiling.
I was very proud of him.
Unless they want to go before the zoning board.
Yeah,
So,
Well, if you want, why don't you approve them without an amendment?
but there was one other thing, and oh, here it is. Under zoning, Kate Bizarre said the planning board created the zones in 2006, correct. She said the 2025 large consolidated tax map should be at the old town hall. And I didn't mean to say the consolidated map, that is the consolidated or the composite map. And there was numerous copies of it. I brought this one over for the planning board use, and I think there was a 2025 map, and I think the planning, maybe the selectmen have it in their office, but it wasn't there when I last went. But this is not the official zoning map.
Right.
This is the one that needs to be in the town hall, because on pages 5 and 6 of the zoning ordinance, it talks about the zoning districts identified in the ordinance are bounded as shown on the map entitled the zoning map of Middleton, New Hampshire, the official zoning map. And it needs to be, and it's located in the Middleton Municipal Building according to our zoning ordinance, but I can give you that after. And I was gonna bring it up later in the, so I'm gonna bring it up, I'm gonna bring it up twice.
Unless it's in the selectmen's office.
The zoning map
Yeah.
cannot be in the selectman's office, and you know why?
So people-
Well, there's a smaller version. It's attached right to it's on the big table over there. It's,
Yeah, so I-
right. Yeah,
But
and
then-
I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I just don't want us to lose sight that it needs to be there and it needs to be accessible to the public.
And it is right now.
And it is right now, yeah. But I wanted to say, if I said, I meant the official zoning map, and maybe I'll try to refer to it as that in the future.
Well, I'm willing to make a motion to approve the minutes with those changes?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The, So we'll go right into land use. So land use inquiries, we have one today, and it is your Austin who?
I don't think he's here, David.
Oh, he's not here, okay.
Puppy?
I haven't met him yet.
It's happy.
Puppy. And at 252 Silver Street. Is your name Puppy?
What's that?
How do you say your last name?
Puppy.
Puppy, okay. I hate saying people's last names.
Oh, it's Richard.
Okay.
Yeah, it must have been your twin brother that she knows, yeah.
So, Richard submitted an inquiry form because he lives over on the 252 Silver Street, which is map 2, lot 1-14. And he was looking to, his property is a size of 9.3 acres, and he wanted to subdivide into 2 lots. And,
The lot is located in the rural residential area.
so he wanted to come to us, so this is just a discussion, no,
Is the
nothing,
conceptual,
nothing formal, no, anything talked here is not,
so officially it's a conceptual consultation?
yes.
Can I give it to you?
Oh, yeah. Are you,
I am his realtor,
okay,
and he came to me asking, one of the ones got the markings of the house, because you can barely see him on
That's all
here.
right.
Yeah,
The house,
You
his
guys
house
want
and
this
barn
one?
right at this kink.
where's the house?
House and barn.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see okay? Because I
Oh.
can see.
Barn.
it's the house.
Okay. And is
Here.
this drive,
No.
that holding
Here,
driveway?
take this one.
So it kind of dies off here.
Oh.
This,
And I'll tell you why, I printed out this one earlier.
Yep.
And it's got the
Yeah.
houses.
so
Let's see, so this,
he'd like to share, split this somehow, and he doesn't care if he gets 2 acres, 3 acres, 4 acres, or whatever, slightly undersized.
Yeah.
And he's retired, he just sold his clothes.
Thank
on
you.
it,
thank you.
the last couple of weeks, down Farmington on Route 60, to retire. He has Middleton, in the Yanmark tract also.
Oh, so it was Milton over,
The what?
Milton over 16.
Yeah. So, right, yeah, Middleton. And so he just sold all that, retired,
Middleton equipment on,
Route 16 and stuff. Oh, yeah, the lots.
Oh, yes.
Right up past the hogs.
Right.
okay.
Yeah. So anyways, he sold that and he's retired, and he's, started living on Social Security.
Trying to downsize.
Like to downsize, keep the house rather than sell the house. Too bad. I mean, I'm kind of speaking with him, because I say old people shouldn't have to. We're both about the same age, but
Seasoned
old people
citizens.
shouldn't have to sell out their whole estate just to retire. And unfortunately, we were forced to do that as subdivided, so we can have a little bit of extra cash. So that's what I'd like to do. We'll put in a shared driveway because it's really steep along the side of the road there.
Mhm.
It's just a little undersized for the 10 acre.
Okay. So,
Any suggestions of what?
I can't, I can't suggest what you can do to say, do this or do that. Looking at the ordinances in town, we have a 5-acre minimum. And the 5-acre minimum is wetlands not included. So if somebody had, let's say, 15 acres of property, and throughout that 15 acres of property, there was maybe 2 or 3 acres that were wetland, you wouldn't be able to do 3 5-acre lots. It would have to be divided up to not include the wetland. So that's one thing. He's got less than 10 acres. So to do it, he wouldn't be able to come. So what you can do is this, and then I can let everybody else chime in. you'd have to go and have your property surveyed, have it subdivided how you wanted it to be, do the application to come before the planning board, have the hearing, you gotta do the abutters notices, all of that. The subdivision and the map would have to show what your upland is and what the wetland is. And then you'd come before us, we would have to review it. According to our ordinances, it would not make the requirements, so we would have to deny. And from there, if you chose to do so, you could then go to the zoning board for a variance. And then you would have to put for everything that you would qualify for. So I think I don't know if you have enough road frontage.
Well, the road frontage is what, 200 feet? It's got 365.
So, well, each lot would have to have the 200.
Right.
So there would have to be a variance because of the road frontage. Then you'd have to do the variance because you don't meet the acreage amount. So you can go through all of those processes, but for the planning board, we don't meet the requirements and
We'd have to look at it a little closer, but I think the back lot, we have less than 200 feet. I would have to look at it closer, but
So
maybe the end of the.
cut and dry, planning board can't make any exceptions in lot size.
Yeah.
It's 5 feet, five
5
acres, 5 acres each.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Okay, so there is a provision for back lots. It's 50 feet,
Oh,
but we don't, and plus 5 acres because the neck and the frontage do not go towards the 5 acres.
Oh.
So you need 5 acres plus,
Okay.
yeah, and you need,
So it'd be 5
and then
acres
5
plus-
acres for the lot that you're retaining.
So, just so to make sure I'm clear, you technically need 10 acres.
Correct.
But you only need for the second lot 50 feet.
50 feet, but the
Frontage.
neck, 50 feet frontage, but the neck of the right of way, it does not, the back lots, 5 acres, does not include neck or strip of land which provides frontage access. So it would be 50 plus whatever you need for access to that back lot.
Unless they do some different geometry, you can put a diagonal, instead of just a neck.
Right, so there wouldn't be just a neck. We could make it 100.
I mean, it's up to you guys,
130
yeah.
foot.
Right, because you have 300, right?
Yeah, 360 feet, so you can make 160 foot, it wouldn't be a neck.
And then also keep in mind, once the survey is done, you have to find out if there's wetlands and how much wetlands and where the wetlands are. And
So in other words, if there's a half acre wetlands, you don't have 9.5 acre, where you get 9.
I mean, you still have the property, but it's buildable property, is what the 5 acre minimum is. Because we've had people divide land and they've thought they were okay, but there's wetlands, so it's not buildable property. We need the water to go somewhere. You guys know there's water everywhere on Silver Street. The moose love it. So that's so we don't ask you to dry up the wetlands. We want you to keep them healthy. Good property owners. Right. I mean, again, that's up to the.
And that would be, I think the surveyor is the one that determines what's wetland and.
I mean, you could divide one plot into a 5 acre lot. That would be a legal property, and the other one would have to have the zoning ordinance
Well,
considered.
it would also provide that, I mean, either way, it would be discussion with the surveyor.
Yep.
And all of that.
Yeah, depending upon septic,
Yeah,
well,
septic.
well radius, all
That's
of
true.
it, but I know,
Yeah, 5
you
acres
know all,
is easy.
you know all of that.
Yeah.
But depending upon if there's any wetlands back there.
And with the
I don't
surveying in this town, your property might be larger than you think. Happen.
Or small.
Or smaller,
Yeah.
which has also happened.
Which usually happens around the lake.
Yeah, it'll have to go to lake, but
Is there any local surveyor, do you know local surveyors? No?
but some in Rochester, well, the surveyors in Rochester, they're in Wolfboro, they're around.
Okay.
You don't have to go far. I mean, I guarantee the surveyors, Middleton.
I know Prospect Mountain is somewhere for.
Prospect Mountain.
Is that-
Winter Run.
So,
Who makes the final decision? The other board of variance.
Because our hands are tied.
Yeah.
The zoning board of appeals would make
We
that
go,
decision.
yeah, and they have criteria that they have to go upon too, so they'd have to fill out all the paperwork.
Yeah, there's 5
The 5 criteria.
criteria.
And the reason it's 5 acres is because of the Lake District, we have so many small properties over there that are on top of each other. To create a healthier community, we decided on 5 acres a couple, 10 years ago, but more.
A lot of people.
Exactly. That, just so that we don't have, you don't take this 9-acre lot divided into quarter-acre.
Well, I
Park.
mean, you also gotta think of towns like, Dover, Rochester, and other towns. I mean, Dover, I don't drive through very often anymore because I work remotely, but Dover is becoming so densely populated. I mean, I
Just
drove,
the stores. That's.
well, I drove down Route 108 from, center of Dover going towards Somersworth, and I can't believe the amount, the houses that they put in that I didn't know houses could go into. Like, they looked like they were yards at one time, and now there's like a full, so it's, to prevent.
Yeah. Well, look at the cities in Massachusetts, they've got houses on top of each other. So we'd like to give you guys a little elbow room among neighbors, just so that,
So that would be that would be the process that you would go through with us. You'd do all the work, and you'd have to meet with Robin, and Robin would, this paperwork you'd fill out for a hearing.
There's an application
Yeah.
for the zoning. For the hearing
and all this.
Well, you'd have to have a planning board hearing
first, yeah.
first.
For a variance and an exception, a variance or an exception.
So he would do the process just like everyone else does to come to us.
Of course,
Yeah,
there's one thing I'm not 100% sure on, if he can just go straight to the ZBA, or if he needs us to deny it.
we need to deny
First.
it.
It does need to be denied.
Yeah, I talked to Janet and John, and then
Why aren't they on the board?
I know, I keep asking them,
They're retired.
It's not, I tried. I keep saying, no, we have a spot open.
So it can't be done without a surveyor, so the cost of a surveyor, $5 to $7 grand is gonna be.
Is it's a property.
Septic design.
Well, I don't know if you would have to have a septic design for the other lot, would he?
Well, if he's gonna build.
Well, not for the one he has, but no, for the one he's going to.
Because he's not gonna, the plan to just build to
Well,
sell
the plan is
the
to
lot.
subdivide and sell the lot.
Sell the lot, right?
So it would be a buildable lot to have a septic design, it's 5 acres, there shouldn't be a problem.
But he would probably subdivide, and then that lot he would sell, and the buyer would,
Yeah, but a surveyor would probably be able to give you a good guess where the,
Property.
where the line should be.
A lot of times surveyors are septic designers.
Right.
yeah, so you'd have to go through the whole process of doing that to come to us, and then we would write up the letter of the reasons why we couldn't. And then from there, you would go to the ZBA, and then the ZBA would go through their criteria and decide if it is or isn't something that they could variance.
So be slightly small, or the 5-question test is hardship. Hard to show that.
So the hardship is not, I learned this, so the hardship isn't what people think it is, so the hardship of like, this is gonna financially,
No, I understand, it's a hardship on the land.
the hardship on the land is that if I don't do this, then that I can't build anything at all and the land isn't any good, So, for an example, there's a lot of lots in the Lake District, because the lots are so small, they don't meet all of the setbacks, because it's 50 feet from the front, 20 feet from all 3 sides. And then you've got your septic and your water. A lot of times, or not a lot of times, but a few times, there's been situations where people are like, okay, I'm gonna build my house, but I can't do the 50 feet without being, 5 feet from the back, or the side. So then they ask for the variance to say, can I go, 40 feet from the front instead of 50 feet?
Can't even build a shed without a variance.
And so in
So
that
I think that-
situation, for a variance to say, if I can't have the 40 feet from my frontage, I can't build a house at all because the math just can't add up. That is, I think, something that would qualify as the hardship.
But you could always ask the zoning board.
If you had, so if you had 10 acres and you had and you're able to divide it into 2 lots that were 5 acres apiece and no wetland on there, then,
The back lot has to be like a little more than 5 acres.
yeah, oh, well, yeah, probably because of the way
The net.
your road frontage. Hmm?
Well, no, they just did 15 of them on Pinkham Road, so
Yeah,
Now, who owns the lot behind you?
that's Avita's.
I'm not sure, I almost think it's by that,
It's New Vita's.
yeah, it would be.
Well, I mean, other people consider buying, if you buy an acre from the abutter, whoever they are, they might be amenable to that, and that would take care of that problem. Of course, you'd have to buy it.
Neither one of them have much of frontage.
I'm just saying, you don't have to buy the whole lot if you buy part of the lot.
Do a lot line adjustment for one.
I mean, I'm just saying, you could do that.
or if there was or if people behind you wanted to buy more.
I mean, they might buy, if they buy 4 acres from you, you could sit on the 5 acre lot and be fine.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is if you went to all 3 abutters and said, listen, I'm gonna put some of my land up for sale, you're interested in a couple acres apiece, you could sell off that 4 acres.
Provided that his property sits on 5
Good acres,
good non-wetland acres.
right, so we could sell off the wetland.
Well, I mean,
No.
if someone just wants the green, something like buffer,
Right.
wetlands are a great buffer.
So that's a possibility.
I mean, that's
Won't bring the money.
not what you asked them, but no, I mean,
That's an interesting concept.
you would get money from the property sale. It's not really exactly what you came for, but it's an option.
But it reduces your size.
And also reduce the property tax.
But we have to, potentially.
If you have half the size of the lot, you don't pay as much property tax.
Well, you would have a reassessment.
Yeah, definitely.
Avatar would determine that.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I mean,
Theoretically,
yep, I mean, you asked to divide, and we're like, okay, you can, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, the town ordinances are in the way.
I mean, we did a line adjust. I lost track of time, so it could have been a year and a half ago for all I know. But didn't we just do a line adjustment up?
Correct.
And
Yes,
it was somebody who bought was the back
Yep.
of hotels
Correct.
Yes, they bought it, they added it.
to theirs. Yeah. So I mean, there are people in town who do appreciate it being rural, and if you're lucky enough to have abutters that do, I mean, it's another possibility. If you need to reduce your lot size, but you still have to go through the process. You would have to
You'd have to survey.
survey and make sure that your property is the requirement.
All right. Rick, any other questions?
Appreciate you guys coming in. I'm sorry we didn't have,
Appreciate your conversation about it. So,
we wouldn't want to lose you as a resident, just because you got retired. It's not a terminal
Do you
case.
have anything else?
no, it's pretty clear. I
Yeah.
think you covered everything very well.
I appreciate it.
So if I was able to acquire another acre.
Right.
But I tell you right now, some of where my house is.
Yeah.
There's some wet areas.
Yeah. So the
So
only,
that makes me accept doing any because it's on my lawn, it's a wet area.
no,
No,
It's on the other lawn.
no, both.
every lot needs 5 acres of buildable land.
So once you go to subdivide,
But I'm just saying.
So it is an interesting question because it's already built on.
oh, yeah,
Well, that would be,
Now, if the other 5 acres, if I get that, 5 acres, to me, it's a wetlands, then I can build it on 5 acres.
That's a good question. I can't give you an answer tonight because it's never come up. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I don't know
Well,
if you wanna-
but I think regardless, in the end, if he takes whatever he's got, whether it be 20, 10, or anything in between, everything that you divide has to be 5 acres of upland. So if you were to acquire it and make it around 10 acres of property, and you had a surveyor that came in and says, okay, you now officially have 10 acres. If there's wetland on any of that,
Yep.
you still can't make it 5 and 5.
Well, I can't, because I'm on lot 5 has always been wet, for instance.
Yeah, but you're taking, because that house was on one large parcel, and you're gonna take that one large parcel and make it into 2 parcels. So whatever you have to make sure that you have 5 acres of upland once you start dividing it down. So for example, like on Pinkham, there was, I don't know, a lot of acreage, and the developer wanted to originally, I think he wanted 3 or 4 lots more than what he ended up getting. But because there was wetland all throughout, the surveyor had to go back in and reshape. So when you look at those lots, they're kind of all puzzle pieces, because he had to come up with 5 buildable, a minimum of 5 buildable acre lots. And then on the map, it has, or on the survey, it has to show what's your upland, what's your wetland.
If you sold your lots, whether you, one way or the other, you'd have to have 2 lots that are equally 5 buildable acres for each lot.
I don't want to keep,
No, I know, but again, in the future,
Yeah.
like 20, 30 years, 40, 50 years from now, if you sold them, they'd have to get original lots. Now, once they're approved, town has them lot, whether they have, like, say the creek rises and your land goes underwater. You're not gonna be punished for that. You'll be wet, but you won't be punished for that.
Won't make it undivided.
Yeah, we're not gonna kick it up. The boots will up though.
Sorry, thank you for coming.
Best of luck. We got a lot of boots in the district, so, you know, we gotta represent.
You too. I've never seen a movie in this town.
Oh, that's not true. I've seen them on Silver Street.
Well,
right.
I have never seen, we might have seen, but I have never.
That's why I know there's wetland, because it came right out of the swamp.
I've seen deer.
Yes,
There.
deer everywhere. Yes.
Okay. So, well, that was,
Well, it's informative.
Yeah.
You know, it's. I'm sure he would have, if he went back in time, he would have said, give me 15 acres, so take care of all this problem.
So the next item is,
the FEMA flood plan.
yeah, so, the FEMA maps been updated. Maybe if you want to chime in, Robin, because you're the one that should be intimately involved in this, where you've been you've been identified as being in the floodplain. But a part of that is that we need to get our ordinance updated. So
So do you think?
there was 2 things, and I know you said it on the webinar, right?
Yeah, I was lost in a lot of that.
Well, it wasn't easy.
But I do have a question. though.
Sure.
Have you seen an updated flood map? Because the flood
No,
map I
because-
saw isn't updated.
Right, so even the one that I got a copy of the email from Carl. And did you get that? Is that the one you're talking about? Okay. I'm wondering if it's not updated because we're still in the review process, okay? And that's my thought there. And then the other thing is I think the date to update the flood map is the 16th. It's next week. I think so.
How do they, I don't want to sound like they didn't tell me, but
And no question, this is very difficult stuff, but it's good to have it straight in your head.
yeah, so.
These aren't updated all the time. This is a long process.
So we just had we have our maps updated periodically, but those maps that are updated, they're just updated for The lots,
So the firm maps, the flood, it's actually the firm map that's updated, and that's the flood insurance, I've forgotten what the R stands for, map. And it's important to people that are in a floodplain, are in a flood zone, because that's, it's ability to get insurance.
okay.
Now,
In the flood zone.
Yeah.
Flood zone.
so they've had public meetings,
The board,
And-
the selectmen did, right?
did they? I'm not
Well,
not
that's
sure.
what I was kind of confused.
Well, no, I mean FEMA has had public meetings. That's who I'm talking about now. And the next thing is they did say something about if we request them to review it, and I was wondering if you, Robin, as the clerk, could send that to, send our zoning ordinance to FEMA for their review.
Might take a while, they're still closed down. FEMA's part of Department of Homeland Security, which is under a shutdown. So there are essential workers who are putting it together, but there's also a whole bunch of people who are not.
So they're not gonna consider this essential, right?
Well, even
So-
if it is essential, it would be, it would
It's still
take longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because FEMA's, they just less people working on it.
So
we're
the-
talking about two things here, the map and the zoning ordinance.
So the zoning ordinance, yeah, needs to comply with the new mapping.
Okay.
And ours may comply with the new mapping. It may not have, our flood zones may not have changed, but we would need to update the dates. Now, Kyle,
So
Pimento,
who decides and how do they determine who is and isn't, or like if it,
who is or isn't what?
in a flood,
Okay, it's all by elevation.
Oh.
So as John was saying earlier, the elevation of our dam is 666 feet.
No, the width of the dam.
Well, anyway, I thought that 666 was the elevation. I could be wrong. It's not important to us.
I don't
right?
know the elevation. of the dam.
But that's only for the land surrounding the lake, and you can contest that. But let's say like coming down Jones Brook, there's floodplain on either side of that,
Mhm.
and you're in the floodplain there. Yeah.
And the floodplains are reviewed every time there's a major flood. I remember 20 years ago when there was massive
Mother's Day
flooding,
one.
the Mother's Day flood. There were houses that were not the flood zone that flooded, and they had to be, they were redone. Because that was the massive 500-year flood.
500-year flood.
I think that flood map that's online now says 2006.
Right? I'm just saying that changed flood maps just because
Oh.
things happened.
Yeah. So anyway, wondering if we were gonna have Blair Haney update our zoning ordinance. I didn't know if that would be part of it. But I mean, first of all, they did say, did you get that from their webinar that they were gonna review the floodplain, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you as the land use clerk could send that portion to them
Yeah.
and request their review.
I can do that, and I do remember getting a contact name from that.
If you did, and I have the webinar at home.
Yeah, I do, that's doing, it's on my list.
I thought I wrote it down on my notes, man, but I couldn't.
Oh, no, you're right. The elevation is 660 feet above sea level. So, yes. It's also 600 feet wide.
So here, it's also on this letter. Do you want this?
Let me finish.
Ugh. You want this whole thing?
You see it?
This is a copy of, everybody should have gotten this. We went to Tim Cummings in January.
I don't think these guys are talking.
I don't remember seeing that, but
What is that?
That's what I'm saying, I know Tim was involved.
So the last page is the contact sheet.
Do you want to hear this guy? I just read this guy.
You should keep that.
David Bass?
You should keep that for the records. Put it in the minutes, you know what I mean, the
Yeah.
title,
Yeah.
and then if I need, I mean, why would I keep it? If I know I gave it to you, and it'll be in the minutes that I gave it to you.
provided she puts it in the minutes that she.
That's right.
So you're gonna write that down, so you can read it next month. Um,
Well, if it wasn't so important and it's
Yeah.
done so infrequently, but I know that the next thing that we have, if 6
is it
months to update,
2019 that it was last done,
could be,
Yeah.
could be, I don't know.
or is that just,
The selectmen should have those old firm maps. And it's something you should never get rid of.
like, we should hang on to every single one?
I should think so. Only because it's,
Yeah.
What's historic record means,
yeah,
some
historic record.
some things are based on those maps. And if you need to reference, like how many times do we see things? I built my house in the '60s. It's not based on that map.
Oh,
But if the increase at one time we thought 100-year flood was 100-year flood, and it turned out in the 2020s that we were having 100-year flood every 2 years, right?
Yeah, well, remember
Yeah,
in
there was
06,
that, yeah.
05, 06,
And
and
then-
07, I think there were three
and-
major floods.
Yeah, because there was the one that the Alton dam broke, there was the one that this whole area got flooded, and then there was the Mother Day.
06,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, John.
I know,
So-
so it was my wife's first Mother's Day.
She was flooded at home.
Oh.
Yeah, she was trapped.
You were trapped.
No, I wasn't. I was on duty.
So you were on the other side.
Yes, I was in Union.
Sorry, how old was,
He was one, less than one.
at least it was in a newborn, then it was only 2 days old.
And then
when
there
I
was,
first-
let's see, June was here. June had Mother's Day breakfast right over there. She brought them
Oh.
with her daughter, her granddaughter, and great-granddaughter.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was nice, but
So we good on that one?
So we gotta, yeah.
Procedure, and then I know that the next big step is if we get a determination of, a letter of final determination, and then you get a 6-month clock to change the ordinance. And if we get that,
If we work on it now, we can have it in time for,
no, it would have to be in October to get, but we could have a special meeting or a special hearing.
would it have to go on the ballot? And
That's a good
next
question.
March, or,
It'd have to be done within 6 months, and they have done special zoning changes
I hate
without it
that.
going on the ballot.
okay, because that's another thing that's really frustrating, and I like really hate, especially like this past year, we spent so much time and money, not directly from our like budget, but I mean, it is our tax money, because it was grant, so the money came from somewhere.
someone had to pay for it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like so much time and money, it's like, if we're being forced and we have to like by law do something, or by law change something, I hate that we have to still take it and put it on a ballot.
Technically, we don't have to change it.
I mean, well,
We're affected by it, but we don't have to change it.
no, but like all of those mandates that just passed, like we buy,
Well, what if the voter shot them all down saying, no, we don't agree with this?
well, then they.
Yeah, then we'd have to put the,
But the fact that we have to go through all of those processes, so I'm
I'm-
just saying,
I'm
this,
thinking that it's only gonna be date changes, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's get that assessment and see where we're
Well,
at,
that's
and then, of course,
Well, that's
we're
the
gonna be
legal-
talking
that's the
about
legal for it.
Blair coming up, aren't we?
yeah, I
Yeah.
have to, reach out with him. I held off because,
Let's move on and talk about Blair after.
oh, okay, yeah. So NHMA class, the hard road to travel, when is that?
May 5th. I was going to go, I wanted to go, but I've got something that day, so.
And it's available online,
It is?
and it's $70.
Oh,
But
you
what's
don't
the,
mind?
what is the process for getting what do you guys do? How do you guys approve training? Does it have to be approved at a meeting? Do we have to vote on it? Kate says she wants to attend.
Well, I know last time I went to something, the VA said they would pay for it, so I.
So I think that, so the
Gave a bill
last,
and charged it to the
Well, we
VA.
need to, I'd
so
like
the
to have it.
last time that there was gonna be like a class that everybody wanted to go to, I think John Mullen was gonna go, and then you were gonna go,
And I was the only one that went.
and she was, yeah.
I wanted
think-
to go, but I
think-
looked at my
Did you
calendar.
get sick or something?
No, I had a,
But I had said for approval, I was like, if we have the money in the budget, I don't, like, I'll sign off on it because the more people that take the classes. is
Yeah, but
better.
I want a process.
I don't remember ever doing a vote, but maybe we.
I asked-
You don't have to.
So I know for John, are you talking about like for paying and signing up? Or
Yeah,
just-
because it's a budget item.
Yeah.
It
so
needs to be approved. I just want to know if you guys say, okay, Kate, you can go to anything and not let us know, that's fine, but.
Or-
Well, so the other thing I think I'll say is this, that because John wanted to go in, like when he did it, he went ahead and signed up and paid, and I think it's a matter of like paying and then getting reimbursed. And then my question, I think, was, why don't we set it up so we inform either Robin, and then Robin, I don't, who has, is it only Kim
Kim.
has access to the debit card or credit card?
Yeah.
To make
Kim and,
payments?
Tony.
So if we could set it up to where we say like, okay, anybody who wants to go through the class, let Robin know, and then Robin would sign up.
That's how it should be,
Well,
so-
if-
something like that.
I mean,
Like streamline it, so then
The
what,
easiest way is to just charge the card.
yeah,
But as far as the approval goes, I mean, what I've always done in the past couple of years, I've been to a lot of classes, is just the board or Roxanne or somebody that says, okay.
yeah.
Right.
But
I mean,
you're right, I mean, maybe
Just,
everybody on the board should agree that it's okay.
not
So should we
necessarily.
put it every month, put what classes are available and then the cost, and then people can say,
I'd be
I
agree.
agree with Kate, we should have some procedure.
Yeah.
I don't want to bog down, but what if Kate wanted to go to the hard road of travel seminar 3 months in a row? Yeah, it's fine, she really likes it, but what if there's, but what about in the future when we have a full board and alternates, and everyone wants to go to the,
Yeah.
and you know, like, we don't have a bottomless pit for money, but, you know, if she's the only one who wants to go, it shouldn't be a problem.
This is $70 for the webinar, but you get some other things, you get like a book or.
Webinar's fine, I mean,
Yeah.
whether you're in person or
Yeah, I
not.
prefer a webinar.
so for I struggle with being able to go to a lot of these is because
It's fine, you go away.
they're an hour away, and it's like, if I drop Ben off, I don't make it all the way over there in time, and then I have to zip back.
Yeah, you're not the only one, I mean, most people don't.
I mean, I can do the webinar because if there's a webinar, it's easy to just, I mean, I've done webinars.
Yeah, and usually it's recorded too, right? So you could,
Later on, if you
Yeah.
miss,
but,
first part, last part.
but on my point of putting that on the agenda, and I put that up, was just to let people know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate it too,
Yeah,
because,
so,
But
I mean,
look at
I
this.
think it's something you guys would be interested in that I see, I'll just.
I'm looking at the old financial report for last year, and it says workshops for the planning board. Year-to-date budget, $450 last year. We only spent $25 of it. Now, see, that makes no sense to me, because
Yeah.
I went to one, and you and I went to that map,
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
drawing
People
thing.
might have charged the wrong amount.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
possible.
yeah. But, I mean, I agree, anytime, if you don't mind, like, if you see that course, I mean, and then even if you see that they're like months away, the sooner I know, the better, because I can let John know, like, if I know 3 months from now, 4 months from now, that there's something coming up, I can tell John, don't schedule yourself so you can be home for a trial. It just helps.
Yep.
I feel like I see everything after the fact.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, but if she goes, then she can tell us all about it. These people have to work.
For me, the webinars, I just find myself going off in 10 different directions.
No, I mean, in
I'm
person,
sitting there, I have to pay attention like that.
That's fine,
That
just-
one we went to, I thought.
No, you had to go, you had to be, it was, training to read, what
The
is it called?
maps, survey.
Maps.
Yeah, and
Yeah, whatever.
she wouldn't give out the overheads either, so we had to be there.
You had to be there. It
well,
was really, no, it was good.
now there's merit to like meeting people and finding out peers in the state that might have the same problems we have or solutions we don't have.
Yeah,
Then again, it could just be a trip to Concord and you, same old same.
I mean, I've gone to some with the DRA where they just went up there and read the statutes, and that was incredibly painful.
Yeah, that's the way it's done.
Easy,
They do a good job. So,
Did you send us the link or the,
Did I send you what?
did you send the link for the
I could have,
Harvard Cup?
I could have just forwarded the email.
I'll have to look for it and sign
The
up.
only thing is, I mean, I've actually done that for a couple of other boards too. But if you're not a member, I don't know how difficult it is to sign up, because I think you guys.
We're all members, yeah.
So so I can't, when I go to the NHMA site, I don't have like a way to like log in. Do you?
Yeah,
So I've tried to like.
that's, it's difficult, you know.
Okay.
I would contact them.
I tried to like create an account because it's like, oh, and I was like, I can't, like I could not do it.
That's,
Like,
yeah, it's not easy. I'll tell you,
Because
I'll give you that. It's not easy but finally after contacting the person directly that's
Yeah.
there,
mhm.
Yeah,
I
think
finally
they're
got
hopeful
it.
to get a hold of somebody.
I got it in, and I can't think of her name, yeah.
I mean, if you want to bring your laptop over to the office sometime when I'm there, I'll.
Yeah. I'll try to do that.
$450 there, so.
Oh, I said, where'd you get that?
It's like, I thought
Is
that
it in our
was-
packet?
It's in the packet.
It's like all the emails, it's like trying to keep up with everything, it becomes,
Now, in the packet, you get the budget, which has,
yeah,
it does have allocations, $450 for workshops.
yeah,
So,
Is that this year's?
yes.
Yep.
This is, I'm looking at this year's, because it says last year-to-date budget.
but, you know, it's not
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
it's not endless, but everyone can go
So,
once at least. If they so choose.
so far we've spent $296 on legal.
And that was more likely back when we sent them over the warrant articles and stuff, because I was thinking about, I'm like, I haven't contacted legal,
Yeah.
but I think that's,
That's cheap then, yeah.
yeah, I think that was when they reviewed all of the stuff before it went on the ballot.
All right, good,
There we go.
thank you.
That's the only thing I can think of, because,
So yeah, I think, so if it's a budget item, then we just, you know, we can vote or at least decide on that.
So we've got 17, so they appropriated $17,000 for our budget. So I'm not, those numbers, are they are they ending up 7?
I thought that was last year's budget.
Hmm?
Are you looking at last year's budget?
Yeah.
No, this is 2026. I'm looking at
Well, we have a remainder.
Article 4.
From this year or last year?
Hmm?
Is it from this year or last year?
It's from this year.
Okay. Just make sure.
$17,876.
So it says that we have a remainder of 13,229.
So what is that budgeted for?
Did you, this breaks down what.
Yeah, well, right,
Look at the-
but I'm looking at what they appropriated.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that relates to the.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Should be the same thing.
It should be the same thing.
Hmm.
Because there's my measly $2,651 underneath it.
Be grateful
And
for
I've
it.
got, I am grateful for it.
Okay, good.
And it's all split down. You can read it by line in the conservation line.
Nobody made any amendments that day for,
Budgets, no. Wait,
See?
did they? No. No, they were really just,
It was one, didn't Kate? Talk about the town.
Yeah, I had to add $3,000 to the expendable trust fund.
yeah, but there were no amendments to the budget items, like the
No,
police, the
they
fire, the
accepted-
towns.
They
I mean,
accepted
they
it.
barely explained it.
Okay.
They're like, oh, it's $3,000. What is it going to be used for?
well, the town's budget was very straightforward and very,
I know, they still can give an explanation what they're going to, you know, there were changes from the previous year.
close. It's the same like 10 people that show up, so.
Well, I was one of them who asked every
He
time.
asked every
Like, why are we increasing this Draven Regional Planning line by $5 or $500 really? And they said, well, it's because,
So,
well, again, I just want to know the answer.
and I want to know the answer, $17,000, where's all the planning board money going?
That would be the Cinco de Mayo fund for John Mullen.
Peggy's back.
Well, how does he get that island and up the coast of Florida?
No, he's just touring, he's touring the lake.
He's touring.
It has a nice sound
Hey, you
system
go
on
to
it.
Marco Island.
So I'm gonna be like a little bulldog on our financial report.
Okay,
So what was it?
I want
What
answers.
is it in the town book? 17?
17, it's 13 on,
17,000.
13 on this sheet, so there's a discrepancy of at least $4,000, which is fine. We've seen it where it went,
Or where it's going.
where it's going. Yeah, was it allocated to someone? And I don't know.
But technically, it should still stay here.
Well, I mean, if.
No, well, technically for like a budgeting thing, if it was voted on that way, it should, like, say if it was like, you know, Stratford Regional Planning, say if it was supposed to be like 9,275,
So-
it would show like, and they used it somewhere else, it would be expended.
Yeah.
But then they usually would put like a little notation.
You notice that we overspent by $7,000. Well, you're not noticing it because it's on my report.
Oh,
Yeah. You can take
we
a,
overspent. Where did we overspend?
well, that's it.
Their recreational fund. Yeah, no, we just need to know where it was allocated
I don't
to.
want to spend too much time on this.
I don't
tonight,
think,
But let's just consider it,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we
So
want,
I'm going to let Robin know that I want to go to this, or you'll sign me up for the,
Oh, we
you
didn't,
don't actually look at me like, Kate, why not? Why not, Kate?
so we didn't overspend, I bet is the legal line, what does a legal line look like on that?
It's 7,500. Oh, so I see what you mean, and there was an excess of 7,228.
So what they
So
did is they
that's-
took the legal, because
Yeah,
we
because
had,
they can float, yeah, I get
Yeah,
it, all
so-
right, that makes sense.
so to keep it, to look cleaning, to know where that money went to, that's what they did.
That's what it is.
Does
'Cause
anyone-
We do the same thing, if we don't have enough in one line,
We
they
pulled
pull
together.
it
So
from
that's what
another.
we did when we signed our
Very good.
contract.
does anyone else want to go to the class?
I think I'm gonna sign up for it because
Now,
I
how are
need
you,
to.
how are you gonna sign up for it?
I'll do the Zoom, I can't do the.
No, what I mean is, are we gonna,
Robin, did you want to go too?
no, are we gonna let Robin know and one person is gonna sign us all up?
I would like it that way, so then that way I'm not
See if I
having.
can do that, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I've been meaning to, I don't know if I had the discussion with Roxanne and like officially said like, this is what I would like to do moving forward, which we can put that on the agenda and discuss it with her, moving forward.
Yeah,
You know, well-
absolutely.
Well, if we go through the zoning clerk,
We
then,
should put it in our rules of procedure.
well, we could do that, but if we go through the zoning clerk, that means it's accountable.
Well, yeah,
And if I want to go and pay my own way, so what?
There's the rules of procedure.
well, and I think it just makes it for me, it's
It makes
like,
sense.
instead of going, signing up, paying, and then like running around doing paperwork to get
They
reimbursed.
don't want you to do that anyway, trust me, it's easier. to
Yeah.
get the time.
And I can't do that. I can't
Yeah.
put anything out there.
No,
Yeah, and I
we'll
don't,
go through the town, that way it's open,
it's cleaner.
cleaner.
I think it's cleaner documentation.
Let me say, I can't say why I can't, if I can't, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Give me,
If these two ladies would like to go to the class, that's fine. I'm unable to go. But I'll be willing to
What
hear.
time does it start? Do you know?
no.
I'm, so that, let me see.
Usual normal time.
Now, if you don't, some Zooms, some webinars that I've signed up for, I wasn't able to, at the last minute, something came up and I wasn't able to watch them, but I still got the webinar.
They
with the
send you the
Zoom.
link
Right,
right
yeah,
after, right?
And you can always see it at later time of day.
right, but I didn't know if that was true for this one.
I think that's the, maybe the day, but that's the hour one, I think you're talking about the lunch.
Probably.
That they have.
Is this a day one? It's pretty expensive.
The lecture was a little like 45 to an hour minute one.
No, well, it's dark.
I kept trying, I was like signing up for those little free ones and then I kept reminding myself in the morning, don't forget
9
to,
to 3rd, 9
to log in. And then I would like, because I work remotely, like I could just listen to it. And then I kept forgetting to log in until like the last 5 minutes. So I had to start putting a timer on my
It's from 9 to 2:30.
9 to 2:30. Oh, that's not bad. And that's actually kind of perfect. Cause I can drop off my child and go and log
I
in.
have been to that one before too, and it's good.
I had the whole printout in my binder,
So good, we're good with that?
so.
So as far as the next three, except for just, if we're gonna keep them on the, agenda, I would like the,
The
So-
master plan, capital improvement plan and impact fees.
yeah, I would like the, oh, I will get you that information, the years that they are due,
And put that right on the agenda.
and just have it right there.
Well, impact fees, that's our ordinance,
It is an ordinance,
but,
but we need to know how to work, use it,
so maybe that can be part of our Blair question?
yes. That's probably a better place for it.
Mhm.
And then legislative updates, unless there's one.
I don't have any information that I could,
And they haven't gone back in to do anything. yet,
Session.
have they?
I've been kind of keeping an eye on things, and I haven't seen anything.
And
I've been seeing a lot of school stuff happening right now, but not.
are you getting the New Hampshire Municipal Association bulletins? Where they, keep you updated on,
They're pretty interesting, but yeah.
that's, do you get that?
The NHMA one?
Yeah, probably not, maybe not, because you're not able to,
I have to like log into the,
Yeah, because-
I get them in my email.
I would rather have it in my email too.
So
because
that's why you need to get that next step.
I have too many emails to chase after right now.
I don't know if I can sign you up or not.
Cause
Well, she might be able to, because if you just call that,
Yeah.
the secretary, yeah.
well, I was trying to get Kim was trying to figure out how to get the, Town and City
Magazine.
magazine sent,
Yeah.
because I always,
If you remember, the town gets like,
Dash,
not true, the electronic one, you should get it if you remember.
but if she wants the hard copy, and I don't blame you, if you did the planning board, she definitely got one. And as chair, she should get it.
well, yeah, but it's like I end up I always end up having to like, it takes me a month to swing by to remember. Janet calls me, tells me, and then it takes me a month to get to the office to find it. And then usually Kim runs around to look for an extra copy, but Janet gets one sent to her house. And I would like that. I don't know how she finagled that, but I guess that's an option.
She's Janet, that's why.
You can subscribe to it, but it's pretty expensive.
Oh, no, I don't,
She doesn't,
I'm sure she doesn't, but I'm saying you can.
I mean, it would be a nice thing if we could have it sent to us, because,
well, the, disadvantage of that is if the board is turnover, it makes sense to go to the town hall.
well, there is no turnover, we've been.
I'm just saying, there are some boards that have, more extended turnover periods than others.
This is true.
So, moving on. Building permits.
Let's see.
So we only got $840 this month.
It's, I had talked to Carl about things, it's kind of, I think, slowish right now, but you've got all the weight restrictions posted.
Oh, no
So-
big trucks, yeah?
So nobody can come in and really do anything. Like, I don't even think I could have mulch or gravel delivered right now.
Spring, everybody.
Actually, I can't have gravel done right now because John was talking about getting it, and I told him to slow down because they're not gonna deliver. Unless it's a smaller size truck. So I think once the weight restrictions get lifted, I think that's when we'll start seeing a pickup of it. I don't know how much is gonna, with economy and everything, that's always not there, but
Well, common fact, you can still get mulch,
well, I can get mulch, but no, I'm talking about like building permits and,
maybe.
so I mean, I think probably in May, that's when you'll start seeing more.
I'm sure you're right. So, I had a couple of things.
I have something too, so
Who's going
you
first?
can go first.
Well, I'm glad we don't have rules of procedure on here because I would want Roxanne to be here before but all we need to do is get the final copy that you made and and then, approve it at our next meeting
Well, I think you did, you approved it with the,
Oh.
approved it with the amendment.
with those amendments,
Yeah,
so it's done.
So it should be a done
Yeah.
deal, I just have to give you guys an updated version.
Okay,
And
okay,
I have a file now that I've got, already got a couple of things
okay,
in
good.
for ongoing
Oh,
changes.
good.
We can address.
I forgot we did
Do
that.
we need a hard copy of
I do.
no, no, when we finalize, yes. But to review, do we need a hard copy? or
No,
do we-
because we've, let's just,
You're gonna get.
We've
what's
already
current-
approved
what's
it, right?
current now.
No,
You're gonna get
I get
the
it.
hard copy.
I'm just saying, do we need to print out a copy just to approve it, just to make changes? Or can we just review it digitally and then, once we make changes and approve it, then we get hard copies? Trying to save you some time.
I think it makes more sense for you guys all to have a hard copy, and when you see things that are wrong.
You make
can
marks
tell
and-
me, and I'll put.
Okay, well, once we sign off on it, I'm all for a hard copy, but you know, I don't need I don't need continuous drafts.
Yeah, well, you have signed up. The last meeting.
we're
you
good.
it doesn't say we did though in the minutes.
Hey,
You approved it
it's
with two
becoming
changes.
summertime, we need some
Oh, wait a minute,
Fire.
you're right,
start with it.
you're right, Brian made a motion and then
No.
you changed it.
It's confirmed.
Did we?
Okay.
Well, I have tons of stuff.
Oh,
I'm not
right, because I
against it.
added that RSA 67310.
I mean, this one's prime for it right here.
So anyway, we'll address the rules of procedure next meeting.
We just got that like 3 months ago.
I still get 2 or 3.
So,
Um,
and then the other thing was Robin able to print the list of districts?
That's the thing on my list.
Oh, yay.
I actually spent too much time.
And I think I saw something in your,
And that's why you have this page.
yeah.
I got an education. I
Wait,
did,
what
I
page?
printed
Oh.
out, and this is gonna require more work, and I'm not sure how to go about it. I printed out, on this page, it's got what's in the zoning ordinance, what's on the zoning map, what's in the avatar system. And they don't all match.
No, but they don't need to match.
They don't need to, except, I did find out too, I printed all the village properties and all the Sunrise District ones from Avatar, and they all match, except for one property, which is the one, I'll talk to Chad about that. So if it says zone Sunrise Lake, it has the village indication to be taxed at the higher rate. So that's actually pretty good, that matches.
Good.
But it doesn't in every case match the zoning map. There's a couple of properties, remember we were talking last time too, like the Dave's property is in the village.
Is in the village, but it's not in the zone.
Right.
And that makes sense, doesn't it, to you?
No, not really.
Well, it makes sense to me because the zone,
Yeah,
this is height requirements, setback requirements on these tiny little lots, right?
okay.
He's got 200 acres. Why would that be why would you want, and the other thing is always remember back in 2006, they had a hearing, they had a public hearing, and I was not here for that, but they had a public hearing stating which lots were which.
Yeah, I'd like to have
And I have part of it, 2006, I couldn't find the next things, but I'll be happy to give that to
that.
them.
And I guess maybe it doesn't involve you guys, but I know some of these people that are paying, not very many, I haven't gone through everybody, but they're paying the higher tax rate, do not have deed to be price on the deed.
Okay, so that is not our problem, right?
no,
That's-
because just because you're paying the higher tax rate because you're in the dam,
In the village
in the
district.
village district.
You're paying for the dam, not the
So-
rights.
The village district does not guarantee that you have beach rights.
That's correct. And village district was created in 1984, and if you ever wanted to, I held back. Once I figured out that it was not a part of the zoning, and I really wanted to know why it was so big and why they included like the Viva's property and everything, but forget it. We asked
I wonder if it's a part of like the flood.
I'm not even gonna conjecture.
Okay.
I asked for the minutes of that time, I couldn't get them, but when I found out the Secretary of State had them, I said that, okay, fine, they're there. And if somebody else wants to pursue that and ask the Secretary of State, because it's a right to know.
Yeah.
On the
And
other,
you could, and you can, huh?
Available?
What?
Would it be available like online?
I was gonna say, I was gonna look today to see if they were recorded at the registry, I don't know.
and on the other hand, we did talk about that during the lake budget meeting. If Jerry wanted to move some of the records
She
out,
has to actually.
out of her basement and put them to the town offices, and they would start
I
digitally
don't know
scanning.
what does the law
She
say?
has to, bylaws,
Okay.
John Mullen about this today. Her RSA, and he rattled off the RSA, but I can't
1, 2,
remember.
3, 4, 5. Okay, go ahead.
Something like that. It has to be down at,
Well, again, Roy said if she waited a minute, they would be able to get the fireproof area
it's,
cleaned out. and then-
Okay, so they're in a transition, it's
They're
just a
transitioning.
matter of time.
Right,
Oh,
so,
that's good
well-
to know.
well, and I even suggested to her that the boxes, because she said there's lots of like doubles and triplicates and everything else, so like it needs to be thinned out.
That scares me. I don't
Yeah.
want any records thinned out.
Well,
Well,
no,
no, because,
the duplicates or triplets.
because there's like double, like there's
Yeah.
copies of.
Past commissioners gave her records that she already had.
Well, and then and then I think the other issue is too that you don't have to keep everything. Like there's, certain things that you don't have to hang on to.
Right. Well, again, either way, we'll have to go, the
So,
district commissioners will have to go through those records and reduce, put what's in the town hall, the primary record. Now, if she wants to hold on to some for the extras, that's fine.
Yeah.
But,
Well, then I think it'd be a good opportunity to have everything scanned.
yeah, and then once it's in the town hall, Roy said that they would start scanning. That way, it would be available for all. I mean, again,
Because, I could 91A request any of that information.
absolutely, no, you can do that right now. And Jerry would say, okay, it's gonna take 3 months to get it out of my basement. And Roy could say, well, it's gonna take 5 months to get out of the police vault. It's,
so, anyway, they're available at the Secretary of State. You could also
I just wanted to
request.
show you
yeah,
this.
more than
And
Yeah.
this is,
I
yeah,
think
these are, now this is Avatar, okay? And
Correct.
on there, I've got
So,
what
I think it's
Avatar,
still a good idea to go through.
Yeah.
right,
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
and that's what they should have. They should not have any of these others.
okay.
Okay,
Sure.
because those are dependent upon the soil, or they're dependent upon where the aquifer is.
Okay.
They're dependent upon, well, the shoreline protection is 250 feet from the shore. And the Middleton Four Corners District actually should be one of theirs, and it is, it's right there, right? Yeah,
So
no,
that's
absolutely.
the zoning map and the ordinance.
Protect.
This is what
The
Avatar
right
is.
to protect.
But,
Right.
yeah, no, I understand
So
what you're
it's
saying.
perfectly 100%, and you can see why we have nothing
It's
to
safe
do
for
Right.
with the
I gotta get that
village
through
district.
my head.
process.
Yeah,
I get that.
But that these
I
are
know,
the
it's not
properties
easy.
that Avatar has classified in
But if we
each
get
area.
that off.
So I
if we
mean,
get
I
that
guess
would
it
love
really
to
doesn't
make-
matter.
you've
I can
given
make
me,
copies.
you've given me the village district before.
Yeah.
I would like to,
I can.
I would like to,
Even if
verify
it's
that with
okay,
what I
we
got
want,
from,
Go through, here's the records.
Here's
From-
here's 3 boxes, let's go.
Stratford Regional.
And we'll move on.
I want to see if there's any
But
inconsistencies there.
again, why would it
Because-
make a difference?
Jay and
Well, I want to
Well, I
make
mean, again,
sure, because I had
It wouldn't take
requested
hard, you just say, here's
this
fine.
map,
You gotta
but with each lot
Right.
identified on
Right.
there.
Primary,
Right.
duplicate, triplicate.
So if
Then we
somebody
decide.
somebody comes into the zoning, we can say your lot is in this
Okay.
district.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Okay,
Sure.
do you want copies of these?
I can make copies. I can come and get you something.
I understand. We gotta shred, we gotta shred that next week.
You want me to keep these?
No.
That's fine.
I'm gonna give you
That's fine.
copies.
Don't give it to her, go,
No,
go.
I can't be trusted. That's fine.
Now,
No, I'm the same way.
we're going through the review, the records will be brought in.
So there is one more interesting thing about this zoning, the official zoning map.
Yep.
Okay, which we talked about, you weren't here, Christine, we talked, oh yeah, you were here, we talked about in the minutes that it's, the official zoning map must be kept in the municipal building, and there's a 9x12 one attached to the, to all of the maps, yeah.
that's on
Yeah.
your binder.
Yeah.
It's my binder.
Yeah, but it has to be available to the public, and it's in the office with the big, downstairs with the big map
Well,
is.
you've,
I just don't want people to think that
Is
it's
it the one
not,
that's downstairs, that's like on that little,
it's on the big table.
it's.
Somebody just clipped it to it, which is,
I-
thank you.
Yeah.
Because we
Too
can't,
bad it could just be framed.
we can't lose that, I mean, that's a reason, if somebody came in,
We could frame it, hang it here.
I should probably make it.
no, because it says it's gotta be,
I know, we could, I mean, we should, you've mentioned before, we should have a zoning map. Like if we had a big frame where we put on the wall, that way it's open. But yes,
No, no, because you can't access this building.
No.
That's why it's over in the
Yes.
No,
municipal.
I'm just saying like over there, I wish it was like framed and hung up on the wall and not like, I don't know.
I agree with you.
Stick one here too,
Well,
because
We can order another map.
Yep.
I was working on it.
how much?
I wanted to, it's not the, I don't know. I'll find out next week how much that would be. And I also want to know if we can have all of the lots put on there. But there is one more interesting thing about the zoning map.
okay, go ahead.
And you can't see it here because you don't have the lots, but some of the zones go like through halfway through the lot, especially this one. And the reason for that is this, I'm thinking, is the aquifer is here. So they didn't want to include the aquifer in the business district. But also it comes, so I can give you, I don't know if I
I
can
know
give you.
there's one person whose property is getting taxed with the village rate. I know it has nothing to do with that.
Right, no, that's
But
fine.
it's getting taxed at the village rate and at the rural.
Well, well,
So is it
they
half
all,
the property?
What's that?
Is it half the property's getting taxed?
Yeah, it's part of it. That's the way it's taxed. It's weird.
well,
The owner knows about it, because I thought it was very strange. I forget.
no, we're all taxed the town and school rate, then the village district gets the additional rate.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we could have a map and an overlay if you want to know about where the zoning districts are.
I think it would
It would be
good for
helpful.
me.
I just want to know by lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole,
Well, and the
purpose
whole
of
question
this.
last week too was there's 2 lots on Pinkham that I know of
that are in the,
that are in,
and they shouldn't be.
right. So, but again, that's probably an appetite thing.
Yeah, it was just, and it's an easy mistake to make because I'm sure those people have deeded beach rights and I'm sure that,
Well,
maybe they don't,
yeah. I was
Well,
gonna say,
but they're in the village district. I know that for
Well,
sure.
you know, it's funny because I assumed, wrongly, obviously, but I assumed that like, if you went on to Pinkham, I assumed all of them were part of,
Hampshire Shores.
of the, yeah. Because like even talking to David, I was like, well, don't you have any? He's like, oh, no, I'm not on the village district and.
Well, it's like Lakeshore doesn't have, not everyone in Lakeshore is. in the
So thank you for
association, not
doing that,
everyone in
Rob.
my area is
It's
in the
good.
association.
Well, not the association, but they
Yeah,
have
it's one of those things I'd like to get that, because that can be just
But
set,
yeah,
and it's just set because you don't
Just because you're
change those
taxed doesn't mean you-
zoning
Right.
districts without a public hearing.
That's the thing, it's like, yes, and, you know, that is to protect the lake and the dam, as the district does, yeah. And, you know, and I understand people have hardship, they want beach rights, I get that, but without the dam, we'd have no lake, and it would be, the property rates would decrease slightly.
And so you had a plus of zoning names clarification, and that's what we
Yep.
just went through.
What do I have?
Zoning names clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and I did update the tax maps, the latest copy.
Yeah, okay.
I actually just gave you my copy. I could have done another copy. What else was there?
And the F up sheet?
Oh, you know, I don't know, Kate, you've probably seen this, but we're talking about the building again being established. This is some, legal documents that we did have.
Oh,
That might be it right there.
Seen them or you want to see them, but it doesn't, I was looking for a list of
The different lots, like you said, but I don't know, just.
that is recorded.
oh, cool, yeah.
So they had a hearing and they
Yeah.
decided
Yeah.
that the Sunrise Lake District was responsible.
Yeah.
Sunrise Lake Village District.
The dam used to be owned by our association.
That's one of the titles, the deeds. is-
Sunrise Lake, yeah. It used to be owned by our association, and then there was a lot of legal conversation with state reps, and because of all of the information that I had as the secretary for our association, there was a lot of that correspondence, and it boiled down to the cost to build and maintain the dam appropriately, because years back then, the dam was literally just, it looked like a,
And
from
that's
what I
what
understand,
the
it looked like a
DES is
beaver
saying.
dam.
The
It was
Yeah,
six
it was
and-
earthen.
Saying
It was
you
earthen.
need to do something about it.
Yeah, then there was like, the abutters that were downstream of the dam, they sent legal letters to us saying, if your dam breaks, you're legally like liable, and
But that's good, because why should we have to pay for it, not everybody?
well, because if people were worrying about the dam breaking and then
Yeah, but I mean, everybody in the village,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
So
just Sunrise Lakeland.
yeah.
Right.
And it was really interesting. It was like, I was, 1 o'clock in the morning trying to file and organize all of that. I was like, ooh. Saturday, yeah. I don't sleep much.
Well,
If you ever need somebody to talk to at 12 o'clock, I'm
But
your girl.
I do have to find out, because there's one person who is telling me, he said he deeded beach rights, but it's not in the village. Why is it? Or the other way around.
is he complaining he's not paying enough?
I gotta look some individually.
Then he would have to look at his deed and he would have to prove it would be written in his deed. If
Yeah,
he's,
well, he's telling me that's the only reason he bought the property.
well, then you,
Is
yeah, that's,
Well,
then
he
he should
could've-
have read his
He
deed.
could have been misled, or they could have been, or the realtors have been misinformed. Because we can't, that's why we want a hard copy map. This is the district.
there's actually two.
There's 2 maps at the Stratford Register of Deeds.
There's two, let me see, what are those? On Silver Street,
Oh, 2 lots.
yeah.
Lots.
Oh,
It's not,
that are not in the village district.
okay.
And I,
Yeah, there's 2 lots on Silver Street that they do have deeded water access,
Yeah, the people that are right across from Lake Shore.
but they're in the rural residential,
Oh.
and they're not paying the village tax.
So I know the house at,
And I-
Yeah, they would be in the rural residential. They're on the other side of Silver
That
Street.
means,
Yeah.
that means they get to go to the beach and they don't have to pay the village tax. That's according to their deeds.
Is that,
I mean, I don't know what their deeds say.
No, it's
Yeah.
not according to the deeds. The village district is not in your deed.
no.
It's in,
No, but
that was my whole question about how these lots
It was
were,
how they zoned.
yeah, why were they
I have a feeling
created?
what happened when they get subdivided, things got
Right.
screwed up.
well, that's true. But if the beach
Wow.
rights are deeded in the,
Well, and there's people on Silver Street that are a part of our development,
Yeah.
because it's when I have the
I think that's
original.
what I'm talking about.
yeah,
They're part of the Sunrise Lake Village District?
No,
no, the association.
they're a part of our
Oh,
development.
Sunrise Lakelands.
Yeah, so there's people, when you're going down Silver Street, in between Gary and Sunrise, and then I think between Sunrise and Maple, there's a couple, those houses.
Across the street, yeah.
No,
there's-
on our side.
On our side. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, then they would be. If they're on
But
the side of
the
Silver
house,
Street.
but the property that, if you go up Lake Shore, just before you're gonna take right or left onto Silver Street, that house right in front of Lake Shore,
Here's
that
Silver
house
Street.
has deeded access too.
Here's Silver Street.
you said,
We're talking about these lots.
It's
here.
the
So
subdivision.
this is Lake Shore, right?
I think that's what
So
happened.
that, this one right here.
On the-
Yeah, look-
On the left side of Silver, as you go into.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of,
Yeah,
that,
they
that whole area is
They
a mess.
have needed access.
Zoning wise, it's a mess.
So, hey,
But-
we
but-
went down.
Yeah,
They
well,
just gotta cross the road.
well,
But all these people are in the village district.
Oh. I wonder if it has to do with like the,
Yeah, so there's 2 on Pinkham that are paying the village rate, but it says rural residential, and I gotta
So-
check the deeds to see if they do have all.
does the, Pete, have you ever?
Wait a minute, no, just because you're in the village district does not mean you get water rights.
Okay, that's where I get.
No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know it.
So you're-
You can't go to the beach?
Yeah, so,
Right.
yeah, so you're, the only thing.
It's
that
not,
gives- The
No.
only thing that gives you deeded access to any of the private beaches, or any beach other than John's, is it John's Beach?
Yep.
Any beach other than John's Beach is if you have it in your deed. And then in your deed, it will tell you where your lake access is.
She's right. There's only one public beach, and that's the boat landing, which is on 153 Jones Beach.
So if they say I bought my house because I wanted access to the lake, then you say, show it in your deed.
Yeah, no, I know the deed takes precedence.
Yeah, because
Jill-
people used to call me all the time and say, well, I should be a part of your association. And I'd say, well, show me in your deed where it says.
Well,
And then it's like, well, I want to go to the lake. And it's like, well, you can go down to 153.
You said it at the last meeting, I mean, we've got all these terminologies, but
And they all sound,
the same terminology for different things.
this body right here, we should not be talking about the village district at all.
it's
Right.
well, it's
No, you're right.
confusing even because of how our zoning is, because Sunrise Lake District. So people.
Well, we might want to think about changing it for the for the town zoning
Well, and
amendments we'll do
because
next
even
year.
still, people will see that on their
Yeah.
tax. And they automatically say, my taxes pay my dues.
But no, because it doesn't, the village district doesn't say Sunrise Village District. Oh, maybe it does.
It
It does, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
the letterhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the letter. Do you have the
I
letterhead?
think she's nailed the problem that we just need to keep the zones different names. If you call it Zone B, is that beach? No, it's
Or
Zone B.
I
Zone
wish,
A,
or
Zone
I
B.
wish there was like a little asterisk that says like,
We just,
does not mean that you have access to the lake.
I think we just have, we'll make an amendment and just for clarity, and we'll, you know. She's right though, this board has no jurisdiction over the village district.
No, it doesn't. I mean, that's.
Just like the village, just like we have no jurisdiction over the associations.
Yeah.
Or New Durham.
But because all of the names sound so familiar, it's like, and especially if you're new to town, which,
But all of those lots on Pinkham are village
We did-
district lots. The ones you created through
Okay.
Hertel,
Village as far as paying the tax?
yes.
No.
The ones you, but
So
Hertel was
the
in
zones
the
don't
village
allow it,
district.
But they don't.
Where's the list?
it's almost like you have to write a whole explanation for,
Well, that's what I
The
tried
village.
doing, that's how I get.
what's the
Again,
village
we
district,
should,
what is
no,
this?
see, if we call it, rural residential two,
The ones, the two
Fine.
I know, I think,
Lake
811 to 156,
whatever.
and
Nothing to do with.
Well,
it's,
exactly.
it's on, it isn't in the
Or
village.
association fees.
No, all of the ones that you created out of the Hertel lot,
Yeah.
you convinced me of this, Robin. Let's move on.
So all those hotel ones,
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
the
village.
one. I have to look at the whole thing again.
Yep. I don't know, good question. Yeah. We should table this and, try to find a way.
Maybe it's
clarify
because
later.
doesn't have deeded fees right.
That's what you're thinking, although they should, because they were all created out of that one big massive lot.
And today I just kind of did this, but I think what I need to do is go through individual lots.
I don't believe we're gonna make sense of this issue.
Anyway,
Yeah, we are, we're gonna get it.
another part.
My God, every meeting, we're gonna discuss
Okay.
this.
Okay.
I want to thank Christine for letting Rebecca know I had that information on the solar feasibility studies.
She's gotten more information about it.
That's wonderful, I'm
She's,
glad she's
she's
on it.
looking into, and actually she said,
Because I just got that.
so she was actually saying, I was really excited and I was like, because I was like, why do we look into solar? Because when you drive down through Massachusetts now, and even when you go through like other states, I'm noticing a lot of state municipal buildings, they're getting more solar.
So just look at, here, my perspective is, I saw an opportunity
Mhm.
to get a free feasibility study on our town buildings.
Yep.
And if I came across future grants, not knowing the climate right now, I didn't think, but I do know Clean Energy New Hampshire has helped small towns get, and I passed that on to her.
Yep.
And I hope she pursues it, and if she wants any help, I'll be happy
So
to help.
she's looking like
Yeah.
she's looking into options, because there was like one where if they bought out the equipment versus if they, I think there was like two different options, but then also like
Yeah,
the
it
town,
was like
if the town
118,000.
also like jumped on and did it, as well, there could be like a more benefit, which I think it would be great if,
Yes,
because
I
it
mean, it
would-
was like I think that the electricity bill from the middle school is $170,000 a year or something.
Well, we should get facts, because I don't want it to become the cell phone tower, which took years and years and years
Yeah, it's
to do.
fun.
no, she's looking into it.
And it's not a great climate for funding right now, especially for solar.
No, it's not. Well, either way,
or
it just,
windmills.
I didn't want to, if we propose this, I just want to make sure it's facts. And it looks
Absolutely.
like we're on the way.
Yeah.
So the
No,
other question-
she's looking into it, and I think there's the potential to do the school or the school and the whole town, like, so she started research and started looking into things.
That's great.
But it
I'm
was-
so happy that she's moving it along.
Yeah, I was,
Kicking the ball down the field.
I want to say like one or two meetings prior to yesterday, she had mentioned it, and I was like, hey,
I'm glad.
thought it was
Okay.
gonna get detention, talking out of order, but I didn't care, so I just,
No, move the,
it's like.
kick that ball down the court if we can do the future.
That driveway, applicant, there was in the planning board mail, it's got nothing to do with the planning board, does it?
Oh,
I gave it.
oh, this is all my stuff, isn't it? Oh, that's me.
I just brought it over, but I didn't know it was something you guys wanted to talk about. Yeah, that.
Oh, did Jim put this in?
I don't know who put it in.
So I wonder,
Is this the bond?
Yes.
oh, I don't know if I,
It's not the bond, it's about the bond, that's the same situation.
we don't have anything, that's between like Jim, that's between the highway and the
Selectmen.
selectmen, right?
Mhm.
We just have the hearing and say like, we approve whatever
I
they
think
recommend.
they went for the bond.
I know, Jim and Dan are looking into other towns about, like shared driveways. And there were some concerns about the standards for a shared driveway and making sure that if there were any shared driveways or future shared driveways, that they were done in a way where it was done correctly and safely, so then that way if like, God forbid, fire or
Yeah,
EMS.
absolutely. Good for
So-
them, because I'll tell you, a shared driveway is a nightmare.
Yeah, so Jim had contacted me and said, hey, I think, you guys need to update this, and I said, hey, I don't know anything about it, but you and Dan do, so you do your thing, and
That was a good idea.
yeah, I said, you talk to your people and I'll talk to my people, and when you have it, come bring it, because I do nothing but drive, but you drive down. And get gravel periodically.
It's always been that way. The town road guy always brought us the,
So I told him, I said, work on it now, because we don't have to worry about anybody coming in and putting a driveway in right now, because the
and
weight
it was
restrictions-
just a hearing. It wasn't a, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, and at any point, we can have, just post for the hearing, do it and approve it or say no or whatever, but I think it's a good time to look at it before building season starts.
Yeah, plus, we want to think long-term, because what if the two neighbors?
Oh,
Don't like each
the
other.
bad news is when do we get our zoning ordinance?
It's on the priority. I've been there, I was on vacation.
Of course you've been buried. I understand that, but,
It's,
yeah.
Started panicking today.
Oh,
But yes, no, I'm well aware of it, and once, yeah, I think might have to do something on Saturday.
so great. I read that development regulations. Great job. Yeah.
did we,
But you have changes.
The town of Rollinsford is mentioned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny?
wait, did you send that to us?
I didn't search for all.
I know.
The development regulations, those were updated, right?
Yeah.
That's what we
but-
went through.
But you did make a couple of changes.
Okay. Did we get, did you send those to me?
I handed it out.
Well, yeah, we got it last week, the last meeting.
But
I'll find it.
We went through that last meeting and you made it, so we haven't gotten the cleaned up version.
Right.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something.
I was gonna bring it today.
Don't worry
I
about
thought
it.
you'd be pleased with me letting you know that.
But what?
I thought you'd be pleased with me letting you know that the town of Rollinsford
Yeah,
is
no.
mentioned. It's on page 8.
I have no idea how that happened. How can it even happen?
Oh, for those sneaking into zoning.
Part B.
I thought it was Wakefield. Well, I can search for it too.
Yeah.
That's how I
I
found it.
mean, you can't search every
And
town.
I guarantee there are no other towns mentioned in
Yeah. I know.
So there's a $5 challenge for anybody who finds another town in there.
And then is there anything else that we need to discuss?
Yeah, there's a lot of things I'd like to get.
So, while you're.
Yeah, there's actually a big thing. Blair Haney, what's up with that?
Okay, so I was gonna go there. Next month, is 2 things. I don't know if we'll even have a quorum, because next month our meeting is at the same time as the spring concert. And I'm assuming you have 2 children that will be in that.
At least 2 children.
Thought we changed that meeting date the last time.
And then Roxanne's not gonna be there because she's got to be,
So the selectmen are supposed to assign a surrogate or whatever you want to
they're
call it.
supposed to.
We can always move it a week.
So
Yeah, that makes more sense.
she had asked if we could move it to the following week, which would
We
be,
discussed that, I don't even mind.
the 21st instead of the 14th.
Yep. But we can't move it a week before, so I'll go the week after.
And then if we, yeah, so if we, per RSA, and I don't remember which one it is, but we have to have a
Yeah,
meeting.
it's RSA 67310.
Two.
Two.
I'm hanging around dates.
I was like, it's gonna start with the 6th.
Well, why don't we check with
You gotta
Rox?
be able to get those RSAs because it saves you.
We can check with Roxanne about the next week. I'm
So
available.
she said that she's available on the 20, so she asked me if we can move it to the 21st. So, okay. So,
Works for everybody?
yeah, so Monday,
Unless we want to have the meeting at the spring concert.
well, yeah.
Well, have you not seen the school? You pay for the school. You might as well go see it.
She's been in there. She's there. You were there for our, well, you were there for our budget hearing
Yeah, I know.
for the school.
No, but you gotta see the art.
Sarah and I entertained you with our banter.
So I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4,
So
5,
just
6,
so we
7, 8.
officially say, I'll make a motion that we move the May 14th planning board meeting to May 21st
At 6 o'clock.
at 6 o'clock.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Uh,
Sorry, my calendar, so. Okay, did you want them?
I have like 8 items so far for Blair.
8?
Yeah, you want me to type them up and send them to you or send them directly to him?
Are they, are they a part of what we have on the docket for him?
I don't know what we have on the docket for him besides manufactured housing. It's
So-
questions. It's home enterprise clarification. It's adding a wetland setback. It's adding, oh, what would happen if we moved the businesses from the Sunrise Lake District? So there would be no conflict. Could we do it? You know how Sunrise Lake District, zoning district,
Mhm.
has all of those businesses that you're allowed to have and not have, and then so people think they can have a business but it runs up against the covenants.
Yeah,
Can the businesses be removed from the Sunrise Lake District?
why not?
I don't
We could just
I don't know.
I mean, that is a good question.
And it would just clarify it. It would
Well,
just simplify and make
It
everything
would
easy.
simplify it, but I think the other positive thing about it, and not that I want to be like the rating on the parade, but the roads cannot handle a lot of the traffic.
Either that or we need to have written the very specifically what the procedure is. So
Yeah.
you've cleared it up and it would be nice if everybody had that for future reference.
Well, I mean, the roads argument is moot because we get septic trucks, propane trucks, delivery trucks.
So those are just to be able to like live and sustain to live there, but to add extra, I think to add
Delivery
anything
trucks and-
extra on there.
I don't think it'd be a
Is-
problem. I don't think there would be major businesses in there. We'd have limited, it would not increase the traffic that much. I don't think traffic is a good argument to make to.
So
remove-
hold up, because they're again, the covenants don't allow them.
All
but the-
associations.
All the associations.
All of the associations exclude them. And so I just thought it would be so simple just to
I think
say,
it would too, because I
If
like
we
it,
can.
I like it not just because of the
and it
covenant
has to be
thing.
approved by the voters, John.
Yes, I like it not just because of the covenant thing, but more so because it keeps the spirit of what the districts are for. Like, why, like, that Lake District, the spirit of that is supposed to be like a single-family neighborhood, residential area where it should be quiet and not having businesses and other things.
That's just a thought. We need
It's
to
just-
ask them.
I
Let's-
agree.
Then I have, remember we had that big question about erosion control? I think that when, at the time of, and we said, well,
There should be in the building regs, that erosion thing.
right, and they need to be put in the subdivision plan, your erosion control plans, but I'm not sure, the question I had for him was who is responsible, in our cases, when it's a guy coming in, he's gonna build the houses, he's gonna do everything, it's his responsibility. But when it's like the hotel subdivisions where the subdivider subdivides and then sells it off, who's responsible for maintaining those erosion control?
I feel like we've had this conversation with several people,
sure.
and I think they said along the way, basically, it's how I interpret it, and we can let Blair, who's the professional,
Yeah. And then
confirm, but how I interpreted what was told to me is basically for every person that like moves or disturbs or alters the land would be responsible. So like Hertel went in and he cleared and then he surveyed and subdivided. Whatever altering he did, he would have to be responsible.
But it has to be on the plan, it has to be.
It has to be spelled out.
Spelled out.
Yeah, and so I guess learning what the right verbiage is to clearly say
And that's
that.
why it was one of my questions, and my other question was, and I'm sorry, I interrupted you,
No,
John. Was, does the town want 50, is 55 plus zoning done anymore? And I don't care for it, but when we have big meetings, people often bring it up, like, why don't we have 55 plus and then the manufactured?
But you know,
What is that? Oh.
Oh.
Bars? Like bars?
Like,
So-
yeah,
well, and I think you also have to, you know, because the times they are changing, when you say 55 plus, people automatically think, oh, 55 plus, then like nobody's gonna have a child, but I mean, John was 55 when Ben was born. So, I mean,
I'm not for, I'm just saying it's something that sometimes the people, when they come to these meetings, bring up because they, you know why.
well, and I think the spirit of I think the thought or the spirit of the idea is like, maybe a retirement community or something to show people.
You're getting the
that
tax revenue without any kind of
impact to the,
impact to the school system. It's as simple as that, but I'm not,
well, and then,
I don't care for them, honestly, but that's not my call.
well, a lot
It's up
of,
to the
a
town.
lot of the like 55 community things like in Massachusetts are like also like elder housing where it's an income based, where it's like, I don't want to say like lower income, but it's like income based because most of those people are, you know, retired, Social Security, fixed income. So a lot of like when you say that down there, people think of like the retirement areas, which there's a fair amount. But
It was, at one time, it was the thing, people, I just didn't know if it fit in our community, but I
and you
do,
took care of our,
and I wouldn't bring it up, but I hear it from time to time from people in the town.
well, and I mean, maybe that is something to consider because, you know, you have a man tonight who came, who's like, I want to stay in town. And
Had he just purchased that property? Is that what I thought?
No.
I know,
he's
and
been
he's
here.
been there for a
Oh,
while.
has he been?
He
he's just
wants to be
looking
able to stay,
He's
but
trying to downsize and.
yeah, but I mean, I've talked to people in town that are older and they're like, I would love to be able to, and I talk to people all the time, even through work, that are older and they're like, I would love to stay in my town, but I can't because I can't take care of, so, I mean, I do see the benefits of those facilities
So
because,
we have an elderly exemption.
but there's an income thing
Income.
too.
Income and savings, yeah?
Well,
Is it savings as well?
Yeah,
Income
I think
and
they look at
asset.
everything.
Oh, assets. I didn't hear you, sorry.
at 55.
Which is hard because if you own on the lake, well, there you go, you don't,
Well, no, you don't count the house. The house-
oh, okay, well, that's good.
But it's still like almost property.
All right.
At 55 plus.
Oh, are you still on the trust? This is up, oh, go on. John, I'm so sorry.
55 plus does not limit impact to town services, though.
Other towns are.
No, you're right.
But
And
the
know where
largest
it can increase is,
EMS,
EMS, yeah.
I mean, yes, families with kids could use the ambulance, but if you're older, unfortunately, if you get older, now again, there's that 90-year-old who's stacking cordwood right now and can outlive us all.
this is
But
true.
there's the majority
You
of
just
people.
make these broad, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think to play that
That's a good
devil's,
point. Excellent point.
but the devil's advocate to that is you have a boom in population because a development comes in, and say if it's a mixed bag of people, and let's say you have the potential of not just impacting one area of need, but all areas of need, and how can you financially catch up or keep up with that?
I mean,
So
it's like Hertel, he subdivided, but he didn't sell, he just sell the property as is.
Yeah.
We don't know who's moving into a property, like if that gentleman,
You could have the numbers move in, you have.
if that gentleman subdivides, we don't know who he's selling it to.
No, we don't.
It's not the point. So we can't just say you can or can't do things though. We have
I
to
think
case
they
by
were
case.
looking like at the context with those manufactured housing developments.
Well, a lot of them, like, I mean, looking down in Rochester, there's several manufactured home communities. There's one right on 11, that huge one. That's 50, is it 55 or 65? It should go. Yeah.
Power Estates.
Well, and then there's one on the other side of Rochester, on the Rochester-Dover line, that there's like one or two of those are 55 plus.
I'm not advocating either
So,
way, but
Yeah,
what's best for the town and what the town
And it doesn't
people
have to be
want.
manufactured home. You could just have a community of houses.
you could.
And,
I mean, I've seen condos.
we
I
got-
that are
prefer
townhouses.
communities.
Yeah.
I mean,
like-
we got you got the 200 acres. You could put a community of houses there.
I mean, you could.
With anybody.
Somebody could go in, which I think would be a great idea, because I hear it all the time in the medical world of, you could have a retirement community where they have like a recreational area, and then they have like an area where maybe they have a little doctor's office or something like that, or,
Well, it's not up to us. It's
It's- yeah,
it's
it would
just
be-
it's
it would
what
be
up to
up
the
to-
community, right? Yeah.
There's also the
But-
lack of public transportation that we get. The close ones in Farmington.
Yeah.
You'd have to have mobility, or at least.
I think that when we do the manufactured housing ordinance, I wonder if we could talk to Blair, if the manufactured, I don't want to say like do a two-part, but if there was verbiage, or if it would be a separate ordinance to say like, okay, if you're doing a manufactured house in park, to keep in spirit of where Janet wants us to be staying, here's the ordinance and the requirements and how it has to be. And then if somebody wanted to do a retirement community, like, is there ordinances for retirement communities? Or,
That's what I don't know
I guess-
anything about it, and I just wanted to raise that question.
maybe it could be a discussion that we could have with him as we're doing the manufactured one. So then that way we can at least say to the community, we hear you, because everybody brings it up at every
That's fine. Yeah.
ZBA thing, and say, we have something in place that helps guide somebody if they want to do it. I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's-
right. I get you. If a guy came in with that kind of plan, or a woman came,
Yeah.
a
I mean,
person
because
came in.
there was,
Developer.
we
Developer.
did have a person come in that was looking at a piece of
That's right.
property that wanted to do manufactured housing, and he was like, well, how many can I put in? And,
So that was my question, actually, was because we have 5 acres now. He could put in 5 acres. He could put in a manufactured housing development, but each lot would have to be 5 acres.
Right. 5 buildable acres.
Yeah.
well, so the manufacturer, if he wanted to put in a manufactured development, he would go for, right now? he would
Right
go
now,
for
it'd have to go 5 acres.
If they had a 5 acre
But
lot?
each lot, 5 acres. That's what you said there.
Oh, no, if they wanted to do if somebody bought 100 acres now, I don't know if they have 100 acres open, but if somebody bought a 100-acre parcel today and said, I'm gonna do a manufactured housing development, they would just go according to what's in this book, Blue Book,
And
which is like 3 sentences.
and there's no lot size. So I'm assuming it went by the lot size of the town.
So from when I spoke with Blair, he said they would go according to this.
Yeah, and there's no lot size. I've read it. It's about a page, and I could have missed something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I know. I'm just
Yeah.
bringing up the question.
It's too gray of an area that it makes me say, or confirm the need.
Yeah, that's
to
why
have
I'm
it
going to
open.
ask him that. That's my
Yeah.
question. That's another one of my 15 questions and counting.
Absolutely. Should ask them. And do we need another one? Because As we saw this year, the state decided to change 14 rule,
Or more.
or more, yeah, or
They
the
may have-
There was more, but just
14 that affected us directly,
Yeah.
correct.
But I think it's, I mean, I definitely think it's worth doing, actually, like a manufactured housing, or even like, I mean, somebody could come in and say, I want to put in condos or townhouses, like, you know, Woodland Green down in Rochester. And, I mean, there's like 200.
Okay, so then there's absolutely no guidance in the RSA's manufactured housing that I saw. I could reread it,
Yeah,
and so I'm wondering, that's why I was wondering, does it go by the 5 acre minimum that we currently have in this town?
that's a good question, because,
Because if there's.
'Cause he wasn't even
Let's
clear.
postpone this conversation, because, I want to go home, and,
yeah, I know.
and I want to I'll reread that manufactured home thing.
So I guess the other questions that you have, if you wanna, do you wanna email Blair and then CC?
Everybody?
Yeah.
I can do
What
Um,
do
Is he going to be at our next,
so that was my thing, because I wanted to make sure we could do May 20th,
21st?
21st, sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Well, if you can't, we can always email them the questions, and we can talk about it in June, or
Oh, yeah,
what is
whatever.
in the future.
So May 21st. And I'll see if he can Skype, so then that way it
So
saves him
that's
like
another thing.
3 to 6 hours of driving or
I don't
whatever.
know.
There's for $2,000, you can get this big owl thing, yeah? It's like a,
Is that the thing John was talking about?
yeah, it's $2,000, but you need a computer to go along with it.
You can get
No,
you can get a
no.
plastic owl at Home Depot for cheaper.
We could each get our own owl for a lot cheaper, but it sits in the center of the meeting, and it broadcasts, and it goes to the person who's talking, and
I think it would be worth doing, because look at all the
see
meetings
how
up
it
there.
goes. But would it be for $2,000 for
Well,
an
every-
occasional meeting?
But I think if every board could use it,
What is, I don't know what Tim uses, I guess it's his own equipment.
he uses his own equipment, and I think he's the one that goes in and like does all the editing. But I think listening to John talk about it, the other thing too is the sound. So the video wing picks up the sound better.
This actually is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Better than what Tim uses.
does this work? Then why are we changing it? I mean, I agree, we could have cameras and they rotate.
No, this is for Skyping or webinars, or just for Skyping. That's all
Oh.
it's for. It's not for the regular meeting. It's for,
Oh, that's just for Skyping?
yeah, so
Oh,
it's pretty expensive for
I
like an odd meeting.
think that's excessive, we don't have
But I-
Skyping every month,
Right.
you know.
I mean, if it was something that you could use for our regular meetings as well.
If everybody in the, all the meetings, yeah.
It's like if Janet wanted to come back on the board, but she couldn't leave the house, then we'd have to make a
Well,
accommodation.
she said that she would come back if she was
There you
able
go.
to.
Right, exactly.
And she can, as long as there's
As long
Quorum.
as
there's quorum.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in that case, we could make accommodations. I don't see the need right now. But, you know,
Okay, well,
I make a motion to adjourn at 7:50.
A second,
all those in
Kate
favor?
seconds.
Aye.
All right.